with friends, y'all. Welcome. Happy hump day, y'all.
You stand dazed and amazed, I bust a little rhyme with authority, superiority. Here I am, R-A-W, a terrorist. Here to bring trouble to phony MCs. I move on and seize. I just conquer and solve another rapper with ease. Cause I'm at my apex and others are below. Nothing but a milliliter. I'm a kilo, second to none. Making MCs run, so don't try to step to me. Cause I ain't the one. I believe rappers just like Tylenol, and they know it. So I don't see why you all try to front, perpetrating a stunt when you know that I smoke you up like a blunt. I'm genuine like Gucci, raw like sushi. This age of rage is what rap did to me, to make me wanna create chaos and mayhem. Cold rock a party until the 8 a.m. I'll make a muscle, grab the mic and hustle. While you stand dazed and amazed, I'll bust a little rhyme with authority.
Hey, y'all. Hey, good morning. Did y'all like that? That intro, I worked on it yesterday and the day before. All right, guys, let me see if I can find my live. Okay, give me 1 second. Here we go. I see it. I want to make sure it says public. All right, good. All right, I am live. I see myself on Facebook. Hey, YouTube. I know YouTube is out there. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, always me. Hey, Lady Amaris. I'm not done. I come in and I make 2 intros. So good morning. Good morning.
You stand dazed and amazed, I'll bust a little rhyme with authority, superiority. Here I am, R-A-W, a terrorist. Here to bring trouble to phony MCs. I move on and seize. I just conquer and solve another rapper with ease. Cause I'm at my apex and others are below. Nothing but a milliliter. I'm a kilo, second to none. Making MCs run, so don't try to step to me. Cause I ain't the one. I believe rappers just like Tylenol, and they know it. So I don't see why you all try to front, perpetrating a stunt when you know that I smoke you up like a blunt. I'm genuine like Gucci, raw like sushi. This age of rage is what rap did to me, to make me wanna create chaos and mayhem. Cold rock a party until the 8 a.m. I'll make a muscle, grab the mic and hustle. While you stand dazed and amazed, I'll bust a little rhyme with authority.
And IG, for those that are getting the experience there, you would have seen the video that I put together, the entry video. My nose is a little bit shiny, guys. Give me a second. This is not snot, all right? This is me going through. This is me going through my moisturizing thing in the morning with my face and with my nose. How many people wash their nose? How many people wash their nose? Anybody on YouTube wash their nose in the morning? Anybody on Facebook wash their nose in the morning? I mean, sometimes I do the saline wash in my nose. And then, you have to, I re-moisturize my nose. I get a lot of nosebleeds, not heavy down out the nostril, but my nose does bleed, from the dry air, from the allergies and things of that nature. I have sinus issues. So I wash my nose. All right. You were wondering? Yeah, I put some Eucerin, that healing ointment in my nose. And so I was rushing this morning. I don't know what happened. Every night before I close my eyes, right? I'm going to explain this head wrap in a minute. But every night before I close my eyes, all right, I make sure my alarm clock is set. I'm one of those people that check over and over again. One of those people that leave the house, get to the elevator and run back home because they think the stove is on. I'm that type of person. Hey, Glamour 47, I am that type of person, all right? And so I thought I checked my alarm clock last night, and baby, I was wondering why I was sleeping so good. I was sleeping so good. I had some errands and shit yesterday. I'm always running around. I be so tired, y'all. But listen, I opened my eyes and the clock says 7:09. I hauled ass all around this house trying to get ready because, I wouldn't have been hauling ass if my hair wasn't blown out, y'all. I was like, oh my God, I put these pin curls in it. I slept all rough. The scarf was all over the place. I had a whole bunch of night sweats. I'm here to say, Silk Press, this was my first one. right? This was my first silk press. All right. And at Mel's Touch, I love the experience. I can't wait to see you again at Mel's Touch on IG. All right. I loved it. But she did warn me. She said, because my hair is not heat trained, not that I want it to be, right? And it's the first time I'm getting it blown straight and silk press blown straight. I haven't had it blown straight in about 10 years, 9 years maybe. Silk press, never. She said my hair is going to fight to revert. Baby, when always me, when I, hey mother, always me. When I took my pin curls down this morning from the night sweats, it was like a blown out afro, kinda, sorta. It is, I don't know. I can't do silk press, y'all. I can't because I have the night sweats. Hey, Gilda from Facebook. I have the night sweats. I ride my Peloton every day, right? I'm getting on that shit today. I rode it yesterday. Listen, I can't do a silk press, y'all. I tried though. Hey, Madison1228. Let's see if anybody is chatting on YouTube this morning. Oh, Gilda's, oh no, that's she's on Facebook. Oh, my Facebook comments are coming in. Look at me being all grown and shit. You know, I be proud of myself and shit because I be sitting here working hard. Hey, Hearts of Fire. I be working hard trying to put this podcast together. See, I almost used the word little, but fuck that, ain't nothing little about what I do. I don't care. I spent a lot of time on this right here. Hey, Amparo. Good morning. Good morning. So yes, so always me. I finally put together my intro video. I don't know if you got to see it. You didn't join on YouTube. I don't see you on YouTube yet, so you didn't get to see the intro video, but you'll see it on the way out if you hop over to YouTube. But y'all, again, the IG experience on Coffee with Friends is different from the YouTube experience, is different from the Facebook experience. YouTube and Facebook is getting a podcast layout. IG is getting just me live. It doesn't matter though. The message is still coming across. But good morning, y'all. Get your coffee or your tea. This is Coffee with Friends, y'all. You know, I want to say this. I first want to say this, right? I want to say that I appreciate y'all. I know I say it often, but I can't say it enough. Let me tell you why. You know, I will never disclose people's business when they inbox me and talk to me about stuff. I only expand on their business when it's attached with their names attached. If they come on Coffee with Friends and they share it with everyone. But the one thing I want to say is I appreciate y'all. Okay, y'all motivate me to do more. Y'all do. Y'all motivate me to do more, to organize better, to come in with some good topics. You know, guys, for some of you that don't know, right? You know, after Coffee with Friends, my day does not stop. People call me. People inbox me. They want to talk to me about their problems. They understand that I'm not a certified life coach. They understand that I'm not a therapist, right? But for whatever reason, they feel safety when they call me. I have to say they feel safe, right? Because some of the things that they share with me, you know, is so deep, right? And so personal. And a lot of people don't want to come on, you know, go live with IG or, you know, Facebook because they don't want other family members or friends to get alerted that they're live and to hear what they're saying. So a lot of people come in, hey, protagonist, hey, Tally, good morning. A lot of people come in, you know, and they listen to the topic. Some people are triggered by the topic that we're discussing. See, some topics might not interest some of y'all. But, you know, I always say, you know, there's always something that somebody is going through and we just don't know. Right. And so yesterday when I talked about, you know, the topic of my son is really my nephew, look how many people came on and told stories and things that they know really happens. People have uncle nephews, uncle brothers, you know, brother cousins, the fuck. right? We know it happens, right? And then there's those that don't want to come on and share, who inbox me, who call me on the phone. Thank you. Sometimes it gets overwhelming for me because I'm not a certified life coach, and I'm not a therapist by trade, right? So I don't want to. A lot of times I just try to listen. I'll chime in with some light advice, or my perspective, not even advice, my perspective, because I don't want to steer someone in the wrong direction. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you call me or you talk to me about something personal in your life, just understand I'm not licensed, and I'm just doing the best that I can. I'm out here navigating life just like you, and I'm living through my experiences, and I love sharing my experiences, right? Because there's so many people out there that are going through things and they're ashamed to share. But I want to let them know that they're not alone. You might be going through some things that I've already been through. And sometimes it's comfort in knowing you're not alone. And so I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with the information that you guys give to me, right? I appreciate that. That's what Coffee with Friends is about. Some of us don't onboard therapists. Some of us don't go to life coaches, right? But some of us tag a friend that we could talk to, right? Someone that we can lean on, someone that we can unpack shit with. And sometimes they don't need advice. They just need an ear. And that's who I am. Raw to the bone. I am the ear. I am the person you can unpack with. All right. On my show, in my inbox, if you want to call me, I might not always answer because it gets heavy sometimes. It gets heavy sometimes, and I don't have the skill set to be able to balance my own emotions and other people's emotions. So if I don't respond to you, or if I don't call you back, sometimes it gets a little heavy for me. Understand that. All right. Hey, Soulful BBW. Good morning. Good morning, Theo. Good morning. And also, I want to say, for anybody on here that needs a certified life coach, right? Although I'm not one, and you might trust me with some information, but if you want to take the life coaching thing more seriously and get someone that has the tools and the skill set, that's why we have our resident life coach, Theodora Carter. Okay, she just joined our live. All right, so if anybody's interested in life coach, follow Theodora Carter, inbox her, get her website information, and get yourself someone to unpack with, right? I'm still here though. Good morning, happy hump day, y'all. So anyway, I explained to y'all why I have the wrap on my head, right? Because my hair is, I don't know. It is frizzy. It's like, poof. It's really, I'm going to have to wet it. I don't know what to do with it. I'm going to have to do something with it because I can't do anything with it the way it is now, right? So right now I have it wrapped around my head. Hey, Mishi Boo, I have it wrapped around my head. I have a silk scarf on top of the wrap, all right? And now I have a head wrap on. And I'm praying that I have a meeting today, y'all, with a new boss, right? Can I go looking like this? What do y'all think? Can I go to a meeting at my company, video, looking like this? Tell me, what do y'all think? You think this would be all right? Now I have gone to meetings looking like this before, but this is a new boss. This is a new boss, not my direct boss. This is my boss's boss, and he's new. And yesterday I had to run around. He scheduled the meeting on my calendar last minute, and baby, okay, I thought I was being fired, y'all. I said, oh, Lord, I'm going to be on Coffee with Friends 3 and 4 times a day, y'all. But no, he just wanted to meet me before today's meeting. But needless to say, I had to run around. I had to take my hair down out the wrap sooner than it needed to be because I just got off my Peloton bike. That was the first mess up, right? Then I put it back in the wrap. Then I put it in some pin curls. Then I sweat all night long, fan on, fan off. It is a mess. It is a mess. All right, so Always Me says, don't wet it. Just use some moisturizer and do a 2-strand twist. Okay. It's really blown though. All right, but I'm going to try that. Hopefully the moisturizer gives it some texture because I'm going to try that though. Okay. Thank you. Because I'm going to show you, always me after the show. I'm going to unwrap my hair at some point, and I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to you, or FaceTime you or something so that you can see it. Hey, Future, good morning. It's stretched clean, no need to soak it. True. I'm just trying to make sure that when I two-strand twist it, it's going to look right. Okay. Hey, mother, what you saying no about? Mother, what are you saying no about? All right, y'all. So I have a question. There was a question circulating around in social media. I don't have the overlay of that question. I was rushing this morning, so I just got a little bit. Okay, but I have a question. So someone posted in one of these groups that's on Facebook. I'm not even gonna tell y'all the group because some of y'all are probably in this freaky ass group. It's not a freaky group though. It's not a freaky group, but they act out. And the question was, um, I didn't go back on a date with this person because, and it was a blank. And the answers, y'all, in the comment section had me fucking dead. All right. One guy said he didn't ask a girl back out on a date for a second date because she made number 2 in his house on the first date. Okay, mother, no. All right, so no, take it off. Okay, got it. Thank you, Hearts of Fire. So I have a question, y'all. I have a question, right? Because he said it, and then when I scrolled down, another person said took a dump at his house, and then another person said farted. So I have a question, y'all, as I sip my coffee, my tea, or my listen, y'all. I'm sipping my coffee. If y'all sipping tea, that's on y'all. But I listen. When you're dating, this is not the topic, y'all. When you're dating, how soon do you fart or make number 2 around your date? Is that really a thing? Like, do people get upset? Like, when I saw these guys commenting in this group and they were really upset that their date made number 2 on the first date. Like, how could you control that? How could you control having to use the bathroom? Sometimes you fart during sex. Like, how could you control that? Fellas, do y'all really get upset when a woman have to make number 2 early on in the dating scene? Is that really a thing? Because these men in this group was really upset. But again, this is why I can't date. Because a lot of them were way younger than me. And I'm like, listen, at my age, you got to shit. I'm going to the bathroom. What the fuck? Okay. You funny, Tyler. You said like, damn, where he take her to dinner. Some people have nervous stomachs. Like I have a very nervous stomach. Hey, Damaris, good morning. I have a very, very nervous stomach. Let me tell y'all, when I first started going back out because of the pandemic, right? And I just disclosed this to my girlfriend the other day. She started to invite me out into the city. And my anxieties were peaked really, really bad. And so every place we went, I made sure that wherever we sat, I knew I had eyesight to the bathroom. This is true story. Okay. And to this day, my stomach is a very nervous stomach, right? And so if I got things going on or I'm stressed out, I get triggered very easily. And once your anxieties are triggered, it's hard to shut them off. Sometimes it make you doo-doo. Sometimes it make you have to make number 2. Okay. I remember going to this club in Queens. Okay. And I don't know why I got so nervous. My stomach flipped and I ran in this club and baby, I let loose in that bathroom. But the sad part of it is that it was one of them single bathrooms that was unisex. And I was like, oh my God, when I come out this bathroom, they gonna know that's me. That blew this shit up because I've been in there a long, long time. But sometimes you can't help it. So is that really a problem when your date has to make number 2 or a fart slips out? Is that really a problem in dating? Because these guys was really upset. They were like, they did not take that person back out on a date again. Is that a thing? Hey, So Blessed 2021. Oh, Hearts of Fire. I know they won't let you be great. They won't let you be great at work. I hear that. It's okay. Hey, AG from YouTube. Good morning, Georgie. All right. So, Georgie, you saw the video. Thank you. I was just showing my man the other intro and then the new one came on. This is a bomb song. Thank you. Thanks to Always Me, aka Rashmi, who's been pushing me to make an intro video with that song, right? She's good with music, right? She already threw one at me for Coffee with Friends After Dark, which I'm going to mention today, right? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right. Thank you, Georgie, for spreading the news and showing people. Okay. Georgie said, I recently started washing the inside of my nose because, oh my God, so gross and dirty lately. Yes. Yes. I don't do it every day. I need to have a habit of doing it every day. I have the neti pot and I have the squeezable neti pot like the plastic bottle. And I do try to wash my nose, when I think about it with the saline. And some people, I have friends that put oregano oil and stuff inside their thing and wash their nose. People take that seriously. Y'all, your sinuses, listen, especially with this COVID, right? So yeah, that was me. I washed my nose this morning, so it was a little shiny from the ointment. Georgie said, my man farted early on and I thought it was a competition. He just said it ain't no competition. I win. Oh, wait. When you said you thought it was a competition, did you start farting back? Is that what you're saying, Georgie? This is Georgie on YouTube. Did you start farting back? Okay. Oh my God. Hilarious. Tally said, I have a nervous digestive system too. I mean, you are human. I am not sure where they're going to find these women who never shit or pass gas. I don't know. Or is it the problem because it's too early? Like when is the moratorium over? Like when do you get past the orientation point of a relationship where you can start farting and shit? And men don't give a shit. Every guy I know, they just go take a dump. They don't give a shit. Even the guys on my job. How many of you be sitting at work at your desk? Well, not no more. Because I haven't sat at work at my desk in 2 years, right? But for those that do go to work and sit at a desk, how many of you have seen guys go to the bathroom with their newspaper? Okay? How many? Because I used to see it all the time. They don't give a shit. They get up and go with their newspapers, but yet they be upset when their date got to make number 2, or they poop, or they fart. Yeah, Tally, that nervous digestive system is no joke. I'm actually getting my upper GI soon and my colonoscopy. I get my colonoscopy every 3 years, and my upper GI, this has become a normal thing also because my stomach, I have a very nervous stomach. So they monitor me for ulcers, okay, and anything else that might be going on because my anxieties get to me so bad, I might burn a hole through my own stomach. Always Me said, I have a story about pooping with my baby daddy. Laugh out loud, but long story short, he laughed about it and clearly stuck around. Well, listen, you said your baby daddy, right? That mean my son. Pooping is not going to scare him away. He don't. I can't imagine my son quitting somebody because they pooped. Hey, Mercedes from Facebook. I can't imagine my son quitting his girlfriend because she pooped. That don't bother him. I don't think it bothers him. Now, I know the story is long. Always Me, but did it bother? You said y'all laughed about it. He didn't get annoyed at all. I bet you he didn't. I bet you he didn't. Stuff like that don't bother him. That's nothing. Good morning, Pat. Good morning. It's her glam squad. Tally says it's always a double standard between men and women. Like no shame in the game to go take that dump. I know, because women are looked upon as we're supposed to be so ladylike, but we shit too. The fuck? If a guy took a shit in the toilet and a girl took a shit and you didn't know which toilet was the guy, which one was the girl, would you be able to tell the difference looking at it? I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay. I doubt it. See, when I get comfortable pooping around you, you might not want me to get comfortable pooping around you. Because once I get comfortable pooping around you, the door is open and I'm having conversations while I'm pooping. That's it and that's all. Okay. And some people don't like that either, but I hate to be closed up in the bathroom. And I love to have conversation. It's when you live by yourself and I sit on the toilet and I live here by myself, I just take my phone. I just take my phone. All right. Damaris said, my boys won't do number 2 at school. They will run in the house and go straight to the bathroom. Well, that I understand. I know a lot of people who do not do poop out in public. I'm not one of those people. If I have to go to the bathroom and poop, I will poop in public because I cannot hold it. I can't. I can't. But anyway, guys, y'all see the topic. So Yesterday, we talked about a topic, right, that I didn't know was going to trigger people or, bring, old stuff back, right? And so the topic that we had yesterday was my brother, my son is really my nephew, right? And we talked about the betrayal between the spouse and the brother, right? We talked about how do we communicate this to the child. We talked about a lot of different things. And then in that conversation yesterday, Trini jumped on, Coffee with Friends member, jumped on and told a real life story about having an uncle brother, right? And so we know that these things happen. Today's topic is, can someone born out of no love? Right? And this is kind of a spin-off from yesterday's topic because yesterday we touched on incest. We touched on, adoption. When do we tell the child that they're adopted, right? And we went over some stories of children that were adopted, right? What about those children that are born out of situations like rape, incest, right? These people are born out of a toxic act, a traumatic act, right? How when these people are born out of an act of no love, like rape or incest, right? How is it possible? Nothing is impossible, right? I just want your thoughts, right? Nothing is impossible. Mercedes, you know the deal. Nothing is impossible, but the question is, can someone be born out of no love? Love. How do they love themselves through the toxic? Right? Now, I don't know if anyone on here was born through incest, right? Or have experiences in their family of people that are born in situations of incest. I was scrolling through TikTok as I always do, and there was a girl who did a TikTok video. Sometimes you don't know what to take serious and what's a lie, what's for follows, but this one seemed genuine. She told, she was saying that her father raped her from a young child, okay? And she wound up getting pregnant and having a child. So she actually has a child by her father, and she thought that she loved her dad because that was the first instance of love that she saw, right? So the question here is, can someone, because to me, when you are the father and you rape and molest your daughter, okay, that's not love. That's not love, right? And then your daughter brings a child into the world, right? That's conceived out of an act of no love, right? And the person that was molested and raped is feeling no love, right? Or confused about love. How could they raise their child in an element of love? Can a person born out of no love? I'm looking for thoughts. I don't know the answer. This is a question that came up in a conversation I had with someone that brought some deep shit to me. Okay. And I'm telling you, it was so deep and I feel that shit right now. Okay. And so this person asked that question to me, not to me to answer. But it was one of those rhetorical questions, like you ask the question out loud, no one has the direct answer. And when this person asked me that question, it was like, it was heavy. It was heavy because I don't know. And I wanted to bring it to Coffee with Friends, and I wanted to see what your thoughts are, because keep in mind, guys, that people are on this show and people are listening to this show that really and truly some of these topics impact and affect. So be gentle with your responses. Don't come with nothing negative, all right, and nothing offensive, because people really join Coffee with Friends. A lot of people join Coffee with Friends for true healing, true conversation, perspective. Right? This question was brought to me, and I'm looking to you guys as my Coffee with Friends members to help answer this question in hopes that the person is listening. All right. So Mercedes from Facebook said, bad situations happen to people, but do not define them. Exactly. And I'm going to put this overlay up real quick, because I'm glad that she said that, because today's topic, as you can see on YouTube and on Facebook, it says, can someone not born out of love love? Right? And it says, how can they find self-love through the toxic? Okay? Conceived from rape, incest, etc. And I also put, you are not what happened to you. You are not what happened to you. That's the topic for today. Okay? No, be gentle but be honest, Johnny. I love your feedback. So be gentle but be honest. Because people are looking for help and perspective, right? And so this is a question that came from someone to me, and I told that person that I was bringing it to the show. Okay? And they were fine with that, because they want to hear what you guys have to say. All right. Everyone can learn to be loved and learn to love. Many times that person will learn it from others outside of the toxic environment. Yes. That's why I said nothing is impossible, right? Let me just take my earring off, because it's annoying me hitting my speaker. Nothing is impossible. So I agree with you, Mercedes, when you say people can learn to love. They have to learn outside of their toxic environment. Great input. Hey, Kay Siobhan Jones from Facebook. She says, I believe that it depends on who else they have in their lives. Wow. So not only do you have to heal from the incident, but you have to clean house, right? You have to mind who's in your circle. Okay. If they know no other love, the cycle will continue, or they will see it as a norm. If they are introduced to true non-toxic love, they'll know how to show that. I love that. Okay. I love that. Let's see if anybody, let me take the overlay off so y'all can see my face. Let me see who's talking in the chat. Oh, I forget I can read both in here. Love Face is back on here. I don't see her. I have her blocked, so whoever that person is. So I don't know. It pops up, but it should go away. Let me see. Georgie says, so part of my support of abortion is the fact that it's not fair to be born to someone who adamantly didn't want them. They can feel the resentment probably from the womb. Study shows trauma can be passed through generations. Well, we know that. That's why this is why our community, right, is broken. We say that all the time, right? But I'm not saying that in a negative way, because we know why we're broken. This goes back years and centuries and centuries and centuries, right? We know why we're broken, but we have to actively work on doing better, right? And so, yes, Georgie, I agree. Study shows trauma can be passed down through generations. And I'm here to say, I know I experienced that generational curse thing. A lot of us have. Georgie also said, in some instances of rape and molestation, women genuinely love their children. I agree with that. I was molested. I told that story on YouTube. Okay. And again, I tell these stories, and some people have a problem when I tell my stories of things that happened to me, but this is my body, my life. I could tell my own stories, right? I have been molested before, and I think that it rolls off into a lot of things that I need to unlearn as I go through my healing, right? And so I agree that these curses pass down through generations. I wasn't molested or by a family member though. Not that that matters, but thank God I didn't have to look at the person on an everyday basis. There are people who have, been molested by family members and they have to sit at the Thanksgiving table with them because the other family members don't want to acknowledge the things that are happening. Okay? Let's see what IG is saying because IG, my Coffee with Friends members on IG, they be going in, y'all. All right, so let's go up. Damaris, oh, I read that already. Ampara said, a mother loves a mother loves. The child may be a reminder, but mother usually grows love for a child as it grows in them. But I'm not only talking about love for the child, right? I'm talking about love for themselves, self-love, love for themselves, right? How does that child, yes, the mother might show love to themselves, to the child, but the mother is also trying to heal from the fact that her father raped her and she gave birth to this child. So in the meantime, while the mother is loving up on this child, is the mother healing, or is that toxic energy still there? Right? Sometimes we don't have control over the type of love we show. Sometimes we think we're loving our children the best way we can, and sometimes we're passing that toxic energy down. I want to say fairly, I want to say I think I passed some toxic shit down to my son unknowingly, right? Because at 16 raising my son, I raised him out of the love that I knew. Right? I learned love as my years grew. I learned love. I didn't know it in the beginning. I didn't know exactly what it looked like. Love to me growing up looked hectic. It looked hectic. It looked confusing. It was misplaced. I was a spoiled child, yes. I had my parents, yes. But I grew up always saying, oh, I don't have my parents in the same house. Why can't I have my parents in the same house? Love for me growing up had nothing to do with what my parents didn't know. They didn't rape and molest me, right? But for me, my experience in love growing up was hectic. And so when I had my son, right, I think love looked hectic to him too, until I learned better. Johnny Leon Hill said, morning, good people. Good morning. Had a late start, so don't mind me. I was just going to say random-ish, like I know what the conversation is. No, you know, I like random shit. Oh, I like random shit. Hey, Coach Donovan. Tally said, I think you can learn love, especially if it's something you have been deprived, and see it through others in a positive relationship. Yeah. I had to learn it. I'm still learning it. Actually, I know now how to love my family members, my siblings, right? Um, Now I gotta learn how to love my man, my partner, my significant other, right? Because sometimes, I love from a different place. I love from a caretaker's place. I love from I want you to do better place. I love from a fixer-upper place, but it's not the right love, right? And so I got to work on that, right? And so the key to doing better is first recognizing where you have to do better. Okay. And that's a part of being in your healing season. This is the shit that I want to unpack. Okay. Tally said, example, a fatherless child can learn to love and become a great parent to their own children. Yes. I always thought that a fatherless child or a motherless child would strive to do better. One of the things is when I was growing up, and the experiences that I had growing up, the one thing that I said was I didn't want to have my child experience anything that I experienced. So I tried to do everything opposite from what I experienced growing up. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, right? But I knew that if it looked anything like what I experienced, I didn't want it. And so when I had to get separated from my baby daddy, that hurt me because I didn't want to have a baby daddy. Right? I wanted to have a family, but crack said no. And I was like, no, I can't compete with crack. I told that story too. There's no shame in my game. This is about healing. Healing is being able to unpack your life. You don't have to do it publicly like me. You could do it in a journal. right? But crack said no. So I was very disappointed and love became confusing again for me. Johnny said, at a certain point in our growth, we choose who we want to be. And if you don't want to be that person who lives in perpetual state of hurt, then you have to do the work to be the person you want to be. Yes. What about those, Johnny, that never see that they need to do the work and they're just broken? Like people on the outside can see that they're broken, but they don't do the work. They don't invest in the work. All right. Mercedes says, I think when a person is questioning if they can love, that person is beginning their journey to healing. We need to reflect how we are interacting with others. Are we replaying old traumas through new relationships? Yes. Many of us, Mercedes, yes. Right? When you got my ass itching. Girl, you got my ass itching. Because this is one of the things that'll make me throw a bar stool across the room and try to get your head is when you come and we're arguing and it's not no cuss Friday. See, AG, you done messed me up. Now I'm thinking I can't cuss the shit. Fuck. When you tell me, oh, you remind me of my ex. Woo! Listen, baby. When somebody is in an argument and they look at me and go, oh, that's some shit my ex would do. Oh, that's some shit that remind me of my ex. I'm not near the kitchen, so I can't even get the knife. But I will, listen, that's when I know I need anger management, because that is a fucking trigger for me. That is a trigger for me that I need to work on. But I'm telling you this, the only way I'm working on that is X you out of my life. If you fucking come into my life as a significant other and end up in a relationship with me, say that shit to me one time. Say that shit to me one time, because I'm going to let you know before we get into a relationship, the do's and the don'ts. And if you compare me to your ex, I will stab you. Okay. A lot of people bring trauma from last relationships, and it shows up when an argument happens and they be like, oh, you remind me of my ex, or all women are the same. Nah, motherfucker, all women are not the same. And if I remind you with your ex, why are you not with them? If all women are the same, why are you hopping around? Stay with the last one. The fuck? That's a trigger for me. So yes, I want to say people do bring old traumas to new relationships. And that's one thing I say. If you are exiting out of a relationship, please give yourself some time to air your coochie out, to air your mind out, get your shit together, so that when the new boo come in the scene, it's clean slate. Right? You know, people that relationship hop, they out of one relationship in the next 3 weeks, they in love with somebody else. No, boo. You taking that old energy from that last boo into that new thing. Okay? That's what you doing. Take some time for yourself in between relationships so you do not drag old trauma into the next relationship. Please do that for yourself and for the next person. Okay? Johnny said at a certain point, oh, I read that. Hey, the general. LAG, you popped over to IG. Amparo said two different things. The general said love is expressed the only way you know sometimes. Exactly. And sometimes the way we know is confusing, and we pass that confusion down. Okay, Mercedes found an article. We love biologically and through behavior, nurture, and nature. Okay, thanks for that information. It's on Facebook. She posted the link to this article on Facebook. If anybody is interested and you follow me on YouTube or Facebook, go grab that link. Grab that link. Amparo said the mother has to decide what she wants. Bring a life or not. Have a baby and deal with the trauma or not. You know, I have a cousin. It's my show. I know people going, I understand now. When we talking heads get on here, I understand how it causes conflict in families and friendships, because we talk about shit. We get in trouble all the time in relationships. But I have a cousin, and her dad was fucking her from a child. I told this story, I think, before. I can't say the name. But we found out because she cried in school one day, and not he wasn't just molesting her. He started out molesting her, of course, like from a young toddler age. And then at some point he went full eggplant, full out with her. And she still talks to her dad to this day. And I, I don't understand, but it's not for me to understand. But she still has a relationship with this man. Okay, he's registered. I think he's a registered sex offender, right? Because he's supposed to be. I can't say whether he signed up for the website or not, because some sex offenders, you they don't always sign up, but when they get caught, they get in trouble. And when you're a sex offender, you're not supposed to have a social media profile. He got one. He on social media. She still has a relationship with him, and she has children. See, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I would think that you trying to. I couldn't do it. I couldn't have a relationship. Now he did go to jail for about a year and a half. That's all he got for smashing his daughter. A year and a half. Right? People that sell marijuana got longer time than that. My brother did more time than that for drugs, and people running around here molesting and raping their children getting a year and a half. So, I often ask myself, is love confusing for her? Tally said, I feel that, Robin. Love looked hectic. It did. Looked hectic. For me. Amparo said, people blame their parents all the time, but at a certain point, the person pointing the finger always has four fingers pointing back at them. Yes. I always say, yes, your parents might have been effed up, right? Some of us came through a lot of stuff with our parents, right? But you're right, Amparo. At some point, we as adults have to say, okay, when are we going to stop saying, oh, my mother did this and my father did this, and that's why I messed up? No, you messed up at a grown ass age because you don't want to change. You don't want to get the help that you need to get. Stop blaming your mama and your pappy. Okay, yes, they did whatever they did, but now you're an adult. And that's the route I took. I couldn't live my life blaming my parents for not being married or living the lives that they lived. I couldn't continue to do that. I had to step out of that anger in order to strive and survive for me and my child. Right? I couldn't hold on to that. Yes, Mercedes, and that's my worry. I would worry, Mercedes says, I would worry that he's trying to get access to the children. That would be my worry. See, I couldn't have a relationship with my dad, but I don't understand what her thought pattern is, right? Love to her looks confusing, right? So I can't say, I don't know why she still has a relationship with him. To me, that tells me love is confusing for her, right? Yes, Hearts of Fire. Love is a learned behavior and an emotion. I agree with that 100%. I don't know who's going to disagree with that. I think, it's definitely a learned behavior. Ampara also said maturity brings that. Will the mom say that they were born in incest and rape? Is that part of the healing? Great question. Great question, Ampara. I wish this was on YouTube so I could show the thing. I mean, the podcast. YouTube or Facebook, and I could have hit show the comment. But Amparo asked a great question, and I'm hoping someone on Coffee with Friends jumps in and tries to answer. Maturity brings that. Will the mom say they were born in incest and rape? Is that a part of the healing? Would you tell your child that they were born out of rape or incest? If you got pregnant that way, would you disclose this information to your child? Now, we talked about the son nephew yesterday, right? And we talked a little bit about adoption and being honest with telling the children that they were adopted, right? We did say that. So now if your child is born out of rape or incest, would you tell them that? Is that a part of the healing? Question from Amparo. Let's see who got the answer to that. Mercedes says, good morning, Amparo. The counter to your statement is that many traumas aren't revealed at once. It can evidence in ways throughout one's lives, like triggers. Yes. There's some things that I didn't know that were trauma that was traumatic for me until I was triggered and I was like, oh, like there's some things that I'm still triggered. Listen, y'all know that I'm no longer in my marriage, right? I just want to take a pause here real quick and put a disclaimer in. Here come bitchy Robin. Here come bitchy RAW. Okay, I just want to put a disclaimer in, and please, guys, all right, if you get offended, that's because you know y'all wrong. Listen, y'all see me out here on social media, no man, posting pictures, doing whatever it is I'm doing, right? Stop inboxing me trying to find out if I'm single. Like, that is the nosiest shit in the universe. Like, I get on social media and I say I'm single every time I get a chance. I say I'm single. I'm single. I'm single. I'm single. I'm single. But then you got these people that inbox you and be like, oh, I don't see your husband. Oh, I see you looking happy. Boo. Oh, what's going on? You don't have a husband no more. You're not married. Where's your husband? Really, y'all? These are people that I don't even talk to on a regular basis. Y'all need to really stop that. Like, that is really rude, y'all. Like, I don't talk to you on a regular basis. We don't hang out. We don't chill, right? We don't share personal things. But yet you jump in my inbox and ask me questions. And you know the funny shit is? I jumped in the inbox to somebody that jumped in my inbox and asked me the question. And when it happened to them, I jumped in their inbox. Okay. And I was like, oh, boo, where's your man? And they didn't answer me. And then they went on social media and posted, I'm not answering any inboxes, really. But when it was me, y'all were all in here, ping-a-ting, ping, ping-a-pong-pong, ping-pong-pong. Stop that. It's rude. Because what do you need to know for? To gossip? Because we don't hang out. Okay, rant over. All right, on to the next. Jeez. The general said, also love can be unselfish and selfish too, and not be a bad thing. True. You want to give us more on that, the general? Okay. You want to give us more? K. Siobhan from Facebook says, I know a man who is now 59 years old who found out as a teenager accidentally that he was born out of incest. His life has been in shambles ever since. Those conversations, no matter how hard, need to come from the mother firsthand before family members get to talk. And we just talked about that yesterday, Keisha Vaughn. We just talked about how, like, in my family, my cousin found out accidentally his aunt was his mother and his mother was his aunt. Right? Okay. And that was devastating for him. And he was a grown-ass man, 37 years old, when he found that out. When people find out by accident in adult ages that they were born out of rape, incest, adopted, it affects them, y'all. It does. Thanks for sharing that, Kay Siobhan. Mercedes says people are addicted to drama. Poor Regina Hall lost her son, and people were all over social media asking for details. I saw that. This is what I'm saying. Rude. Hey, Cheryl Lee, Grand Rising, Raw and Coffee with Friends. Here we go. Hey, Cheryl Lee. Yeah, everybody's trying to ask for the details. Why? So that y'all could gossip? Damn, y'all. All right. Coach said also kids born out of love tend to suffer from resentment and sometimes from the mother or father. You mean born out of no love? Is that what you meant? Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Heart to Fire. I appreciate that. Johnny says, sometimes I think we do broken people a disservice. Either we become their crutch, yes, and enabler, or we are too rough with them, or we run from them completely. We have to find a balance in handling. Wow, that was a lot. You're right. I have been an enabler. I'm guilty. I enabled my son. Oh God, so bad. But like I said, I had to learn. right? I had to learn. If I could do it all over again, I'd be a whole different mom. I would. I would. I would still be a needy mom. I'm a very needy mom. Very, very needy. Very needy. But, I'm learning not to be so needy or not to execute on that neediness so much because my son is the opposite of needy. He don't need company, no interaction, no nothing. He's borderline a loner. The general said, this conversation got me thinking about the song by Music Soul Child called Teach Me. It's about teaching someone. Yes, I love that song. I love that song. Teach Me How to Love. Yes. Johnny Leon Hill. Oh, handling them in love without becoming their everything or becoming jaded. That's how the 600-pound life is work, right? They got the enablers who are feeding them, who are catering to them, and they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Same thing in love, in any other aspect of the relationship, right? You are so right, Johnny. We either enable them, run from them, something. We got to figure out what the balance is. I agree with that. Hey, Veronica Madison Beauty. Amparo said, if a child isn't told they are born of rape or incest, how are they triggered? Well, in that case, they wouldn't be triggered if they don't know, right? If they don't know. Amparo said, girl, I hear you. What's up with the DMs, with the dick pics in the DMs? Why do men do this? I hate those pictures. Somebody sent my girlfriend an ashy one time, and we shared it all over. Like, guys, if you put dick pics and titty and girl ladies, and I seen a couple of you ladies' titties. Okay, stop sending these guys titty pics. I seen them too. They will show. I know some men be like, I don't show my pictures. I mean, your shits are all over the world. Okay. Coach Donovan said, children born from a toxic relationship struggle to love, but can be taught to love with the right influences in their lives. I agree. The right key phrase, right influences in their lives, right? Right influences in their lives. Wow, it's 9 o'clock. Today was a deep conversation, y'all. Can someone born out of not love, love? It's something to really think about. And when the question was asked to me during the conversation with the person, I sat in it for a while because it was so deep. And, I had to ask myself that. And, I had to, I quickly just went through the timeline in my own life. And I tried to figure out what my love looked like back then and what my love looks like today. Right. And I have definitely evolved. Right. I have definitely evolved in what my love looks like. Right. But the one thing that is changing with the way I love is I'm trying to put me first. Right. That's the one thing I struggled with. Right. Because, to me, I always said love was confusing. Right. So love for me growing up meant that I needed to take care of you. I needed to please you in every way. I needed to be what you needed me to be, right? That was what I thought love was, right? Right? Because I had, issues with it. I had abandonment issues, right? I still think I do have some abandonment issues, right? And so with that, I just didn't want to be alone, right? But that's not the way I feel anymore, right? I had to learn that. I had to unlearn what I thought was love and learn love. And that comes from being molested, right? Because when that man touched me, the way he touched me and the way he spoke to me was like of a gentle nature, but I knew it was wrong. And the funny thing is when that incident happened to me, before it happened to me, people talk, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. If somebody tried, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. When that night happened and I woke up and that man was in my home, climbed through the window in my home, and I was in the bed with my brother. My mother was at work. Okay. If you want to know the whole story, it's on YouTube. I was a latchkey kid growing up, but a lot of us were in the 80s and the early 90s, right? So a lot of us were latchkey kids. So I was home in the bed with my brother and I woke up to somebody touching me, right? And The chain was on the door. We had one of them bars, them crowbar things that you put on the door for extra security. We had enough locks. My mother didn't play that, but this man climbed through the window. And, from that point on, things became very confusing to me. They did. Right. And so I want to say, guys, that I do believe that people born out of not love, and this is just my perspective, can love. Right. They have to learn that love. They have to learn to love themselves first. They have to unpack that toxic energy. They do. And they have to learn. And that takes recognizing that, you have toxic traits that were passed down through toxic generations or from experiences that you have. First, you have to recognize that. Right? Because there's a lot of people running around talking about nothing wrong with me. I'm good. That shit that happened to me don't bother me. Really? Really? And so, once you commit to yourself and you recognize that love is a bit confusing for you and you need to lock it down. You need to love yourself and you need to unpack and you need to work on healing. Work on it. You can definitely learn to love. I believe that. Have the right people in your life. The right support system. All right. When you start feeling like the people in your life are triggering you, create some space. Create some space. Right? It's not selfish. People will say, oh, she don't hang out with me anymore. She doesn't call me anymore. He doesn't want to be bothered anymore. But you have to protect your peace. Right? And with that, y'all, this was Coffee with Friends, y'all. And I'm your host, Raw to the Bone. If you guys, it is 9:02. I have a busy day today and I have to take this off my head because I have a meeting and I have to figure out what to do with my hair for this meeting. All right. So I need to end this live. But guys, link is in my bio. Link is definitely in my bio. Okay. And today's topic was, for those that are on YouTube, you can see it up on my screen. Can someone not born out of love? How can they find self-love through toxic, right? Recognize that the love that you experienced was not love. Recognize that love was confusing for you, right? Surround yourself with positive people. Pick up a life coach. Go to therapy. Journal. Work through that toxic. Learn to love yourself. Spend time with yourself. All right. One of the things that I try to avoid doing is jumping from one relationship to another, right? Give yourself space between relationships to recenter yourself, right? So that you don't bring that old raggedy ass mishap of love that you have from your ex relationship into the new one. Do the work, right? Do the work. And with that, y'all, link is in my bio. Make sure you are following me on YouTube, Facebook, IG, TikTok. All right. If you go to YouTube and you follow me, make sure you watch a video. All right. You hit subscribe, you comment. If you just go to YouTube and hit subscribe, they will run a script and they will remove you from the YouTube as my subscriber because they will think you're spam because you have not commented. You have not hit like. I don't know if my live videos count, but you know what to do. Go on in and show your sister some love. And with that, what are we going out on today?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I started out in the Big Daddy Kane mode, y'all.
Nice mellow beat, and drop some smooth lyrics. This 88. Time to set it straight, you know what I'm saying? And ain't no half stepping. Word.
Not on Coffee with Friends. Hey, this is the vibe this morning, y'all. And this was Coffee with Friends. Always me dancing.
You stand dazed and amazed. I bust a little rhyme with authority, superiority. Here I am, R.A.W., a terrorist. Here to bring trouble to phony MCs. I move on and seize. I just conquer and solve another rapper with ease. Cause I'm at my apex and others are below. Nothing but a milliliter. I'm a kilo, second to none. Making MCs run, so don't try to step to me. Cause I ain't the one. I believe rappers just like Tylenol, and they know it. So I don't see why you all try to front, perpetrating a stunt when you know that I smoke you up like a blunt. I'm genuine like Gucci, raw like sushi. The stage of rage is what rap did to me. To make me wanna create chaos and mayhem. Cold rock a party until the AM. I'll make a muscle, grab the mic and hustle while you stand dazed.